every brother was caught in the crossfire. Was caught in the crossfire
without mercy.
Hey guys, it's Alninio and welcome back to the Katarina matchup series. This time we're going to be talking about Zed. I consider him a threat level 9 in good hands. You can almost always tell if a Zed is good or bad, and that really makes a difference in how threatening he is, in my opinion. A bad Zed just would not be able to capitalize on things properly, and simply doesn't understand his champion well enough to win the lane. A good Zed has a good understanding of the matchup that he's in, and knows fully well how to play against a Katarina. With that out of the way, let's give you the short version and the detailed version on how to deal with Zed. To put it short, you must try your best to dodge his shurikens. His shurikens are his main damage output, really, and his passive damage to secure kills. You gotta be careful with his level 2 WQ poke, as that can pretty much force you to use a health pot early on, and you should really try to be more conservative with your sustain during the lane against someone who tends to poke a lot with WQ. Start Dark Seal for aggression and start Cloth Armor against good Zeds. Me personally, I love starting Cloth Armor against him and Rush Seeker, and then into Cutlass, and then into Gunblade, and then Sork Shoes. You can choose to go Dark Seal if you wish, but Cloth Armor is just really good against Zed, so I would definitely recommend that. I really do think starting Cloth Armor versus Zed is a solid choice because it's literally like 15 armor, and most Zed players, they start Longsword. The other reason, well, really, you'd be negating a big portion of his early game damage. I was going to say that first off. You'd just be negating a big portion of his early game damage just by having Cloth Armor. Like, it's 15 armor, and he's definitely going to buy a Longsword start. So that's like 1080, and you have 15 armor. You can do the math, obviously. It's pretty good. I personally managed to 1v1 a Zed with just Cloth Armor start because he couldn't out-trade me. The other reason is because he missed his W Shadow, but we'll get into that in a bit. Make sure to all in when he uses WQ on minions to wave clear. He's left vulnerable like this. All in him when he has 0 energy, and be careful with his level 6 all in. And the most important tip is don't stay low health under turret when he has ulti. You're pretty much asking to die. Now that we explained the short version, let's get into more detail. Against Zed, it really is about who controls the lane better. You're both assassins with a huge kill potential against each other, but as a Katarina, you have to play smart. Zed's ultimate is a major tool for dueling in 1v1s. He basically excels at 1v1s. He's designed to duel. He's designed to 1v1 with the way his ulti and how it works. You should try punishing his W Shadow pre-level 6. It's a good step forward to maintaining lane control and winning trades. With his W down, he can't land 2 shurikens and is only able to land 1. He also can't escape your dagger on the ground and has to move away from it by walking or being forced to flash, which is always good. Katarina's strength comes with AoE bursting. Zed's strength comes with single target bursting. Play to your strengths. Katarina is very good by mid-game with flat magic penetration and Gunblade, so once you reach this point, you'll be alright as long as you don't allow Zed to completely snowball out of control. You still should not be afraid to duel him during the laning phase. A good Katarina will be able to tell when she can play aggressive against him and when she can't. It's very important to check his items. Left click him here and there during the laning phase, and whenever he comes back from Fountain, if he has a Hex Drinker, it becomes almost impossible to duel him if you are even with him, and he'll most likely win the duel every time. This is why I suggest Seeker's Arm Guard Rush into Gunblade, because you'll match his defensive stats in a sense, and Zhonya is a major counter to Zed, so you should grab it after Gunblade when you have the chance. After Gunblade and Zhonya, you should buy based on the game flow and the enemy composition. So Void Staff is usually the best choice at this point in the game when you have Gunblade and Zhonya and Sork Shoes. The reason I wouldn't recommend Oblivion Orb after buying Gunblade and Zhonya is because at that point in the game when you have these items, they would have bought some MR, or their base MR would be higher because of what level they are. So the higher level they are, they'd have more MR. So that's just something to keep in mind. I would recommend Void Staff by this point in the game, or a Rabadon if they really are just squishies and don't have that much MR. So Just adapt to the situation, see how people are building. There are many situations where you're able to kill Zed during the lane. Those situations are as follows. He has no energy. He just used WQ on a minion wave to clear it. And his ulti is on cooldown and yours is up. Now I do suggest starting Cloth Armor and going for Seekers, Arm Guard into Gunblade and Sork Shoes, as I mentioned earlier, just because it really boosts your early game in a sense. The Cloth Armor is just really good defensive wise, and I'm just gonna emphasize that one more time, just because I really think this is a good way to kind of succeed in the lane against the Zed. You should also try your best to roam as much as you can, even better, out-roam him. Play to your strength as Katarina and do what you do best, roaming and getting picks. That is about it for the Zed matchup. I hope I have explained this to the best of my capabilities for you guys. I hope this helped out. Make sure to check out my other parts. We have done a Yasuo, a Galio one, so be sure to check those out, and LeBlanc, of course. So you can check those out. It'll be down in the description down below. Make sure to follow me on my stream at twitch.tv/Alninio9 for more content, of course, so you guys can see me live and how I play these matchups and commentate. And I would appreciate if you guys check it out as well. Make sure to check out my Katarina guide as well. Everything's in the description down below. I will be seeing you guys at a later time on the next episode of the Katarina matchup series. Once again, thank you so much for supporting this series, and I will see y'all on the Rift. Peace out.